Hello. Hey, everybody. Great to see you in the chat. Welcome, welcome. Welcome to all the members of the channel as well. I see you there. Let's see if I can not knock some stuff over. What's happening here? Okay, everybody. Welcome. I'm Natalie. This is Scientology Life After a Cult, where we talk about the news that has the internet buzzing when it comes to Scientology. We touch on my 35 years in the cult, leaving with 3 generations of my family, and you're going to catch me doing interviews throughout the week with people in the community. So when you hit that subscribe button, make sure you set your notification bell as well so you know when I'm going live, when I'm just popping on. All right. Thank you to my mods for helping out this morning. It's going to be a busy morning because, oh my goodness, do we have a lot to talk about? We are going to fully get into what happened in Chicago. In fact, Nancy Drew is going to join us a little bit later. We're going to cover a few other things, but we are definitely going to get into it. There is a lot to talk about. If you guys do not know what happened, don't worry. I will clue you in. I will walk you through it. Just stick around. In the meantime, we're going to kick off a few other things. We're going to look at a few other things that literally has the internet buzzing. We're going to take a look at, we touched a little bit on this yesterday, and this was literally SERGE and Miriam from Rage Against the Dark Arts. That's her channel. They did an outstanding video together, and we did highlight it yesterday, but many of you sent me another clip that you're like, hey, this is like amazing. So we're going to share that. We're going to take a look at that, and we're actually going to start right there. This is over on literally SERGE. Let me get myself in order here. Oh, I'm so excited. We have so much to talk about. I'm really excited to have Nancy join us too. It's going to be so great. If you have questions as we go along, put question all in caps so I can keep track and try and cover as many of those as I can. That would be super helpful from all of you. I appreciate that so much. And while you're in here, be sure to hit that like button, everybody that's here now, to help us get out even more notifications. Okay, let's take a look. This is literally SERGE. Oh, is my Tony here? Awesome. That is fantastic. Okay. This is literally SERGE, and Miriam, her channel is Rage Against the Dark Arts. Let's take a little peek at what was happening.
When you see it, like, he has full knowledge of this. He put my entire police report online, unredacted, and he did that because he wanted Scientology to see.
Now, just for those who don't know or may not have caught the video, the context is Mike Rinder put the police report involving Miriam on his blog without redacting anything, and there's an after effect. It has legal effects, and this is what Miriam is dialing in here.
What loophole that they could find, and the only loophole that they could find apparently was that it was outside of the statute of limitations. And so that's what happened, and the prosecution weighed up that decision, and who knows how many legal letters and letters or whatever that have been flooded at them in that moment, because it was very shortly after that. I think it was 1 week later, from best of my memory, 1 week after he put his blog post and put my LAPD police report online, the prosecution made the decision that they were not going to take it forward because of statute of limitations. Now, they have within their right to take a case forward despite statute of limitations. Statute of limitations does not have to be the full stop. They always have discretion where they can wait.
It is a fantastic video. There is a link down below to all the videos that we're going to be talking about, so you can go check them out. And if you have not seen it, please do check it out. Liz Ferris, thank you so much for making it rain. 5 Scientology Life After a Cult memberships. Hip, hip, hooray. Thank you so much, Liz. And thank you too for your help this morning with modding. Hey, Aaron, good morning to you, growing up in Scientology. Good to see you here. Did I see Liz too? Another Liz? I always love when we have both Liz's here. Okay, people. Now, let's talk about Pasadena. MD Media 18 has been out in Pasadena and he has been protesting there. There's been a few other people out there. If you were in the area and you want to protest Scientology and you live near Pasadena, reach out to him or just go ahead and show up so he can have more backup. But you know who else was giving him ideas on how to get more backup while protesting? You're never going to guess. Have you guessed? No? Okay. The police. There were a couple very friendly police officers who had some tips for MD Media 18 that I just thought were absolutely fabulous. And apparently you guys did too, because I got sent a bunch of this clip here. Check it out.
Somebody that's missing or like?
No, just a lot of trafficking, human trafficking going on.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. Well, Matthew, continue doing your thing. You got anybody that?
Oh, I get a lot of people asking questions like you two.
No. I asking questions like anybody that comes and stands out here with you because you're out here pretty often, right?
I got residents local.
Gotcha.
Come out, hang out.
So that way you get some company. You know, you're not just sitting there by yourself.
I'm fine.
Pull up a lawn chair. Maybe a
Barbecue.
Right,
Barbecue.
Yeah.
Yep.
You might get some support that way. Start barbecuing. Start barbecuing.
Or selling some food right here.
Yeah.
Right.
It's like they've been watching D.O.A stream, right? Who's been barbecuing. And now it's like, oh yeah, you know, if you did a barbecue, serve some food, maybe people would come out and help you.
Right on, guys.
All right, Matthew. Take care of yourself.
All right, you too.
How late you plan to be out here?
I have no idea.
Gotcha.
I have no idea.
Okay, take care of yourself. Okay?
All right, thank you.
Be safe.
Yep, always.
Just lovely. I mean, how lovely is that, right? And I've just loved what we have seen D.O.A do barbecues all over the blue buildings in Hollywood, out in San Francisco. Did he do it in Sacramento too? I think so. But you know they're watching that because they're like, yeah, barbecue. That's a great idea. I love how friendly they are, though. Okay, we're going to take a look over by the blue buildings in Hollywood off of L. Ron Hubbard Way, and we're going to look at Eric Rader at his stream. Eric is an ex-Scientologist who's been out there live streaming, sharing a lot of his own story and what he knows about Scientology and just helping to just expose the whole thing. And he was out there with some chalk tech, getting it done and reminding Sea Organization members that help is available and their doubts are valid. Check this out.
And see, they all can see this. Because these guys have to walk around the whole building and get 51% of the people to sign off on their liability condition. Because, you know, Thursday at 2, the stats were down as far as they could go. I mean, they're in the nether regions. You guys got to understand something. The never ends. This place used to be so packed. First of all, you could park on the street, right? So there was never, and I mean never, a place to.
Yeah, there was never a spot to park back then. And it's true. It was just so much busier. It really shows, even though they're probably using the underground tunnels to shuffle people back and forth, there still would be more people out there. This is a very obvious sign of how much Scientology is shrinking, especially there on L. Ron Hubbard Way is where they deliver the higher levels of Scientology on their bridge to total freedom, both on the training side and in the Scientology counseling, their auditing side. So it really is a big deal that like nobody is out there, that place is just like a ghost town. It really is. You know what? It's starting to look like Clearwater, isn't it? Kind of getting that vibe. It definitely has that vibe. Natalie Scott, thank you so much for becoming a member of the channel. Hip, hip, hooray. Liz went and made it rain even more with 5 more Scientology Life After a Cult memberships. Thank you so much, Liz. And it's so awesome to see who ends up getting those. Thank you. Thank you. All right, let's go over. Where are we? We are with D.O.A now. D.O.A was in San Francisco doing his thing, doing his barbecue, right? People are coming out, saying hi, getting to know him, supporting, also protesting Scientology. And today we have thought that Solomon was the youngest protester at 16. Well, there is a new one. There is a new youngest protester in this movement to expose Scientology as the human trafficking cult that they are. And she showed up and she claimed the crown yesterday. She did. A mom and her little girl. This girl is fierce. She is 8, but do not be fooled. She was there for the business, and she let D.O.A. know too exactly what she was there for. Check this out. We're going to look at a little clip, and again, this is in front of the San Francisco Scientology building.
Can I be on camera?
It's, only if it's okay with your mom.
Do it, whatever you need. Yeah. She's so shy.
That's it. You don't want to say nothing. You got a song to sing or anything?
Yeah, sing something.
Can you sing?
Take your background off.
Come on, give me a song.
I'm only here.
Give me a song.
I'm only here to protest against Scientology.
You're here to protest against Scientology. You might be the youngest protester now. Nice. How old are you? 8. Okay, you are the youngest. Solomon was 16. So we've been garbage picking. We've been doing some tech.
I like watching Scientology videos.
You like watching Scientology videos?
Yeah, for the people who are defending.
Good.
How great is that? She just like totally schooled him, right? Do you know a song? Can you do a dance? She's like, hey, I'm here to protest Scientology, okay? I'm not here to sing and dance for you. I mean, she didn't say that last part, but it was implied. It was implied, and good for her for just doing that. I just loved it. And I love too how she loves to watch, this girl's watching SPTV and the protest and wanted to meet D.O.A. And I thought that was fantastic. She is, let's see. She was even helping with, there was a little bit of garbage diving, dumpster diving, but not so much in a dumpster. It was like a trash can going on. And D.O.A. found some interesting stuff and she was helping out. So let's take a little look at that.
Yeah, you can't put your dress on that, but don't put your dress on the truck, sweetie. Yeah, that's it. This is such a.
Oh no, that's his name.
Oh, hold on a second. You know what? Is this? Okay, I'm going to move up here. So first off, you guys, we're going to have to move this together, move forward. Okay, you remember how we went over this. In fact, it might have even been yesterday's. The days are just going so together. We were talking about Aaron Kyro, who owns this skateboarding company and has this big following on YouTube, who now runs Scientology in San Francisco. But he's all telling people, no, I don't run Scientology. And no, he doesn't run Scientology as a whole, right? That's Tom Cruise's best friend, David Miscavige. No, he runs Scientology in San Francisco, and he gave a no answer the other day. In fact, you know what? Let's just look at the clip quick because I got it pulled up here where Aaron Kyro was doing an interview. Aaron at Growing Up in Scientology covered it on his channel, and you can just see the lie in action.
Yeah,
Here we
right.
go, guys.
Yeah. They called us skate monkeys.
Oh, Jesus.
Okay.
Yeah, it was calling me some other shit. Yeah.
So I don't know. I guess I just kind of got used to other day.
They're about to ask him about Scientology.
Yeah.
Just another day in the.
About science type shit, 111. All right, I want to ask you about Scientology.
Yes.
So I saw this article. I'm sure you know it's going around. You became the leader. You look excited too. Of Scientology in San Francisco.
So I'm not the leader of Scientology. Let's just get that very clear. So I am a Scientologist.
Okay, explain that.
Yes. So when I came here,
Did you see that?
Lie, 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 lie. That man is lying through his teeth. It is hard to even call it an acceptable truth or a shore story because it's a blatant lie. Because the guy even says that you run Scientology in San Francisco. I am not the head of Scientology. Yeah, you are, you liar. Well, in the garbage, in the trash outside the San Francisco org, D.O.A. and his little helper, that little girl there, they found even more receipts. I mean, we all know he runs Scientology in San Francisco, right? Scientology themselves have put out multiple promotional materials calling it out and letting people know that he does. So this is not a secret. But lo and behold, you guys got to see what got found in the garbage. Let's see. Take a look at this.
This is thank you, Aaron Kyro, ED of SFOD.
That would be executive director of San Francisco Day. Okay, the Day organization, which is the bigger of the two, which is the main one. Then there's the evening people known as the Foundation Org. He is the head of Scientology in San Francisco.
San Francisco, for leaving us your Church of Scientology of San Francisco Executive Directive for April 4th, 2024. Income and delivery planning for April. Division 7 danger, Division 1 emergency, Division 2 normal, Division 3 normal, Division 4 normal, Division 5 normal, Division 6A normal, Division 6B danger, Division 6C effluence. Get the letters out to 500. Get the BMO up. Send out 3 bulk emails.
And BMO's bulk mail out, I believe.
On recruitment.
So you get the point though, right? There is his literal battle plan, as they call it in Scientology, from the executive director of Scientology San Francisco, Aaron Kyro. Oh, okay. How long before they get a shredder and maybe we find a lock on the garbage? Should we take bets just now? Because that's what happened in Chicago. And then it really pissed off the neighbors because they had nowhere to put their dog poo, which they had done before. I mean, it's just ridiculous. It is. Oh my goodness. Okay. Let's talk about Portland and No Nora, because No Nora headed over to Portland to do a bit more protesting. We've seen her in Seattle and at Portland before. She does a great job. She has a conversation with, I'm pretty sure, you guys tell me in the chat, if you were catching this on the replay, I want to hear from you in the comments. Is this not Cowboy Hat Man, right? The guy who tried to, in fact, Rika, if you're here, he tried to splash Rika with his little red car and went zooming off. And then PTS for life, Jeff, chased after him in pursuit. And then he drove erratically. He ran a red light, tried to hide out in a parking lot, was massively busted. I think this is the same guy. Cowboy John. Okay. Mandy, right? Cowboy John. Okay. Let's take a look at this. This is No Nora having a little convo with him outside as he's cleaning up the chalk. Chalk tech meets water tech.
If you get a chance to go on the internet, check out SPTVfoundation.org. Because you should be able to retire and relax. I'm also clear. I was the last lifetime clear. Oh, he's bored, guys. He's bored. He's bored. I don't think so. The yawning doesn't really work. But it's sad that chalk is so disturbing to you guys. It's just, ma'am, you should retire and so should he. I can't believe that chalk is so disturbing. SPTV is a real thing. You can check it out on YouTube. You should. You should check it out. You should check it out and get free. Oh, the yellow stays longer. I'm going to make sure I do more yellow next time. Just scraping away my chalk art, telling people it's a cold. Yeah. If you get a chance.
Just love it. Check out the boots. I just love it. But yeah, that was the guy. I thought it was so interesting that that's who she runs into, and he gets to get an earful of what she has to say. That was absolutely fabulous. I loved it so much. So Perth Scientology Audit has been out there a few times protesting, and some of you might have seen this. I think we might have shared one of these clips here before, but I wasn't totally positive. So when I started getting it again, I thought, you know what? Let's revisit it or see it for the first time. These people, let me tell you about these people. They're doing a Foundation for a Drug-Free World event, which is a Scientology front group. The Foundation for a Drug-Free World is run by SERGE members. Their office is located in Hollywood. You can Google Foundation for a Drug-Free World in California there, and you'll see in Hollywood they are in the exact same building as all the other management entities for Scientology. So to say, no, this is not Scientology, what are you talking about? Is like Aaron Kyro saying that he doesn't run Scientology in San Francisco. Lies! Lies! No, no, no. We know the truth. Yeah, we do. So check this out. This is, again, it's Perth Scientology audit.
What you own the nature strip?
It very nicely.
That's fine.
You might want to go on the other side of the road, or you might want to remove yourself, because this is not a Scientology event.
Well, it is a Scientology event.
No, it's not.
Well, it is, because it's a front group for Scientology.
No, we are hosting an event, which is a
Run.
drug-free world.
Drug-free world, which is owned by Scientology.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
Concerned about us being here if you're not Scientology?
Because I am a Scientologist. I have been one for 55 years. It does not destroy.
Oh, hi, how are you?
I'm going to call the police.
That's
we are
fine.
holding this event. We're able to.
That's fine.
So I'd like you guys to leave the property.
I'm not on the property.
This is our property.
What? So you own all the way up to here? Because I'm pretty sure this.
Anyway, we're not here to argue.
I'm not here to
If you wanna
argue
make
as
your
well.
point, you've made your point.
What's my point?
Well, I don't know what your point is. You're saying Scientology destroys families.
Well, it
I'm telling
does.
you.
I feel like I could listen to Australian people argue all day. It's a complete just bait and switch. Why not admit it? Why these front groups can't just admit, yeah, you know what? This is an initiative from the Church of Scientology. We're here as Scientologists volunteering to raise awareness about the harmful effects of drugs. Why is that so hard? Why? Because they know what people really think about Scientology. Scientologists know. That lady knows. That's why she was doubling down on it. No, this is not Scientology. No. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. You were in it for decades. You know the drill. As Scientologists, we all knew what the front groups were. We did. And we knew what the shore story was about them not being connected to Scientology. It's just so BS. It's hilarious. I love that also she spoke to a family that was there and let them know what the deal was. Like, let them know. Do you know that this is a cult? Check it out.
Excuse me. Are you here for this event? Okay. Are you Scientologists? Are you Scientologists?
No.
No. Did you know that this event is run by the Church of Scientology?
Yeah.
Did you know that Scientology is a cult? Oh, you need to do some Googling. The Church of Scientology is a cult. This is the Foundation for a Drug-Free World is a front group for the Church of Scientology. They have many abuses. They break up families. There's lots of child trafficking.
She let her know. She let her know what it is. And I hope that woman went home, or at least the kids, and somebody Googled Scientology, because they're going to know. They're going to know. They're going to find out. They're definitely going to know. Oh, I just love the internet. It is just such a game changer. So different from how it was back in the day. Okay, let's go over to Toronto to Christina Kerf. Was outside the Toronto organization, and they just weren't having it. They were not having it at all. They were not. They were going to call the authorities, going to call the police. Don't you just love how Scientology weaponizes the police? It's getting to the point too. This is the beauty of combining First Amendment auditors who have educated protesters and live streamers about their rights when it comes to police, right? And law enforcement. It's just the perfect marriage, because it takes away being like, oh, you're going to call the police? Go ahead. Okay, check this out. This is in Toronto.
Hi. We can help you get out.
You cannot be here. If you wish to protest, stay on the sidewalk, please.
I
okay?
believe this is a public building, isn't it?
This is private property. Stay on the sidewalk. The police are
But
on
aren't
the
other
way.
businesses here?
I'm calling the police.
Well, are the police coming or are you calling the police? Because you said the police are coming. Get on the sidewalk. Get on the sidewalk. This is private property. I'm calling the police. Which is it? Which is it? I guess we give him props for not sticking to the usual response, which is, you are on private property. Get on the sidewalk. Get on the sidewalk. They just say the same thing in Los Angeles at the blue buildings, and it's massively embarrassing. Hey, Ken's channel, thank you. And thank you for your help with the links and the clips and all that stuff. Thank you, Ken. I love how Natalie uses the mic for emphasis. Aaron would have to find which mic is on. Love you, big guy. Oh, that's funny. Thank you. Thank you. And Skyrider 140, thank you for being a member for 2 months. Digital protests regarding Child USA, template email and email addresses are on my community page. Awesome. Good to know. Thank you for sharing that. Thank you. Thank you. All right. So we went to Toronto. Let's go check out the protest that was happening. PTS for Life. Jeff was there. So many people were there. So many people were there. We're going to look at a few clips from that and see what happened, including when the police came. And from what I saw, at least in this clip, it seemed like they were being cool about it. Let's take a look at this.
Matter. It'd be like that guy, that guy.
It does matter.
I'm not going to property.
He's
I'm
got
just
the
imagine
biggest Canadian
because seriously,
channel.
like it'd be like I don't know his name, but, you know, like he's in my place and I don't want him here. Okay, so yeah, there's that, and then with the assaults, right? It's just like obviously don't touch anybody. This is just me talking.
And honestly, I'm gonna stop you right now. We don't need that direction. We don't need those directions.
Okay, and just don't impede anybody.
Yeah, and again,
it doesn't matter. It'd be like that guy, that guy.
It does
I'm not going to property. I'm
got
just
the
imagine
biggest Canadian
because seriously,
channel.
like it'd be like I don't know his name, but, you know, like he's in my place and I don't want him here. Okay, so yeah, there's that, and then with the assaults, right? It's just like obviously don't touch anybody. This is just me talking.
and honestly, I'm gonna stop you right now. We don't need that direction. We don't need those directions.
And just don't.
I had to hear that again because I thought that's what she said. Assault. We're Canadian. We don't assault anybody. I love that so much. Oh, love it, love it, love it. Yep, they were out there just getting ahead of the assaults. Probably assaults on both sides. No touching. Don't make contact. They're just letting them know ahead of time. But yeah, that was the best. That needs to be on some merch. Assault. We're Canadian. Oh, I love you guys in Canada. I love you so much. That is so fantastic. And hey, Poe on the go. I see you're here in the chat. Oh, it's just so great. It's just so great. Okay, so take a look at, I do believe Phil Jones was there. Phil Jones, he put up, he helped get the billboard up. He did multiple billboards, him and his wife, in the past, because unfortunately they lost their children to Scientology, to the Sea Org, and they've been disconnected. But that has not stopped him and his wife from still working to raise awareness that Scientology is a human trafficking cult and share how people can get help leaving Scientology. And he was there. Let's take a look. It looked like he was having a pretty good conversation with a Scientologist.
Getting some furniture. And we have Phil Jones speaking with, hey, Gabe, who is that? Who's
Dobson.
Oh, I said hello to his wife earlier. Hey, don't give away all your money. Wow. How much is he given?
Looks like this organization has a lot of followers, like people do.
About 20 to 30,000 followers worldwide, but they say that they have millions, but it's not true. They lie. It's all part of the propaganda and brainwashing, basically.
Looks like Phil had a good conversation with him. There were a bunch of stuff that went on. There were Scientologists. There were some Sea Org members caught on camera. We're going to get a look at that. He got some great video and footage of people coming and going. Yep. Wrath of Xenu. I agree. Phil and his wife were great. Absolutely. Okay, so let's take a look at this. And again, this is from PTS for Life. Basically catches a bunch of Scientologists smoking because, you know, L. Ron Hubbard said it's not smoking that will give you cancer. It's not smoking enough or some crap like that. Wait a minute here. Did this stop? Hold on a second, guys. Hold on. Hold on. Okay, just a second. We were looking at the wrong one here. Let's see. Let's go to, here we go. Did you guys see the sign toast smoking, or was I looking at that by myself?
In the chat, let maybe Gabe or who else is live streaming? Maybe just Gabe. No, they send people back here because we got some people hanging out and it'd be fun just to make some noise.
Yep, just out there, puffing away, puffing away. Okay, let's see. It just he caught a surprising number of people too who were kind of doing some crazy parking, but he tried to have conversations with them, you know, as Jeff does. He's great at talking to people when he's out there.
They're paying $20,000 a month for rent at the Toronto org right now. The Cambridge org has 7 to 8 public training during the day. 7 to 8. Does that sound very ideal to you? Perhaps you should be investing your money in your retirement, sir. You're not getting any younger. Have you made it to full OT yet? Do you know about the body thetans? Do you know what the clear cognition is, that you've been mocking up your own reactive mind and all you have to do is stop doing it?
He just saved that man some money if he has not already gone clear. You hope he remembers that. That's right. I've just been making up and creating my own reactive mind, and I am not going to do it anymore. I wonder if it's still the clear cognition, and a cognition in Scientology is a realization. If you realize, oh, I've been mocking up, which is creating in Scientology, I've been mocking up my own reactive mind, and I'm going to double down on it. I think you're supposed to stop doing it, but I think it would be funny if somebody came up with that. Okay, let's take a look in front of the building where a bunch of the protesters were. You can really kind of see who was there, and they're chatting about who they've been seeing. It was really cool. That's Phil and his wife.
How many people do you think have gone in there? Maybe 20.
So there was supposed to be, oh no, that was yesterday's event. I actually don't know. Almost all of these cars were already here when I showed up.
Yeah.
And I think I've greeted maybe,
I mean, I think I've seen maybe
not even
25 at most.
50, not even 50 people.
No.
Yeah.
Right.
The event's not starting till 7. Right?
Yeah, I think, doors open at like 6:30, and then the video starts at 7. So we're going to see.
People that arrived are the people setting up. I know Otto arrived and he's on the OT committee, so
Yeah.
he would be setting up.
Yeah.
But so I think all the people that have arrived are pretty much staff or OT committee people setting up. It'll be interesting to see.
Interesting indeed. So, if anybody recognizes, there's a guy coming up in this next clip who is a Sea Org member, and Jeff recognized him but could not remember his name. And you know what? I thought he looked familiar too. And of course, I don't know what his name is, but maybe somebody here does. So let's take a look as this. I think this is the guy who's the Sea Org member. Is it? Or is that a different clip? Actually, I think it's this one. I do believe it is. So let's take a look as he comes down the road. Let's play Name This Sea Org Member.
Hey, y'all. How's the event going? Is it about to start? Are you guys going to give a bunch of money, or are you just going to take a bunch of money? Let's see. You are a Sea Org member, and I'm sure you. Oh, I recognize you. What's your name? I'm going to figure it out. I got your picture. Ah, he's a jackass. What's his name? Shoot. Both Sea Org members. Ah, man, I wish I remember his name. He is a big-time fundraiser. And he's the one that can't park. Hey, you got to park in the lot.
It's not the best image. You could probably zoom in on that and see, but it was, and somebody might know from having seen him, maybe if you were there at the protest and you saw him in another context there, but it's like, who is that? Who is that? It's one of those things when you're trying to remember somebody's name or where you know them from, and it's going to come to you at like 3 a.m. or something like that. If I remember, then I'm going to have to just jump on a live at that moment and tell all of you. All right. So let's go. Let's see. Let's go back to the front. I think I just have another one of them out front getting all kinds of love and support while out there protesting Scientology from the surrounding community and people driving by. Just fun, just out there protesting Scientology and having a good old time, right? Yes, Xenu free honk tech for the win. And Diana says his name is. Oh my goodness. Okay, so let's see. We are going to start talking about Chicago. So everybody get comfortable. If you got to shift in your chair, if we got to stretch a little, right? We got to get ready, get a sip of coffee. You want to have your coffee now, because if you have coffee while we're talking about this, you might spit some of it out. Because as Francois says here, I love hashtag boobs for a cult-free world. I bet you guys didn't know this, especially ladies. We are in possession of something that intimidates Scientology more than anything. Look, the boobs. We are going to get into this because you guys have probably heard, you've seen the videos. We're going to talk about it. And Nancy herself is going to join us also and chat about it. But let's talk a little bit about what was leading up. What was leading up to this arrest that happened that was like next level. That's right. Hashtag boob tag. Absolutely. Absolutely. Free the boobies. I mean, it was hilarious and mortifying at the same time. I mean, it's dead serious because she was arrested, but the fail on the part of Scientology and the way that this is going to backfire and already is next level. Free the milkers. That's right. Free the boobs. Okay, let's talk about what was happening earlier in the day. Let's set the scene here. Let's set the scene. So there was a police officer who showed up there. You know, he had some questions because Scientology made a call because they don't like signs being put on things, apparently. Let's listen to this.
But the property line's right there, so we never pass that point. Yep.
We don't block it. We don't avoid. We don't let everybody can go in. We don't say.
We're recording right now, so we have everything, all the receipts. Looks like they're coming.
I think I started that when it was almost done. So here's the beginning of it.
We got someone.
He's cute. I got him.
She's got him. She says he's cute. Oh, is he going to Cumberly first or going to Science? Doing all right. You got a service call, sir? You got a service call? They do often. Scientology does, yes.
The chalk is too close to their property line.
But the property line's right there, so we never pass that point.
They let the officer know what the deal is, what happened. In fact, they take it a step further. And it seemed like I think he was actually waiting for his sergeant to come, I'm thinking. But they were, going to let him know about Scientology and what was happening.
The cult? This cult, Scientology?
The church, quotation marks. There's a lot of child trafficking, a lot of issues going on. So we're just making people aware.
Yeah.
If they have questions, we're here. Here's everybody that's left. Scientology. They have YouTube channels.
She's a natural, isn't she?
Just getting the word out. No plan on going in, being disruptive, preventing people from going in, damaging anything. Oh,
We come often.
And if you look on YouTube, it's the Scientology everywhere. So LA, it's the same thing. They usually call like, oh, they have rifles, assault weapons, they have bombs, we have knives. It's not special to just Chicago.
No. Yeah, it's happening everywhere.
Just letting him know, filling him in while he's waiting, right, for his guy to show up so they can go in and talk to Scientology. Well. That Chadwick comes out and is like trying to really make a case. This guy is like next level uptight, right? I mean, look at that. Arms folded. I'm a Scientologist. You must get rid of these people. That's right. Antics of a mama squirrel. It was a boob assist. That's all it was. Feel my boob. Thank you. Feel my boob. Good. Exactly. Okay, so let's take a look. Let's take a look at this. He comes out and tries to be like making a big deal about those signs that were out there. And here's what happens.
Chad, we always take them down because we pay money for this. So we don't want to keep them up.
Hang on, it's the taped up posted signs. I'll just take them down. I really don't care.
No, wait.
No, we shouldn't have to. Yeah, I'm pulling it up.
True. But I mean,
Every day. And it's with Scotch tape.
Yeah, my car is on this way.
Chadwick.
Chadwick's his name. Yep.
Leave a Chadwick.
What a crime.
You can tell like this guy, I don't think he really like even really cares, but his, the other cop shows up. And so they're going to go on and go into Scientology and have a conversation. And you guys are killing me in the comments. It's hilarious. It is a constipated look, neuropsych. It is. It is. That's right. Chad needs his Xanax. Probably. Okay. So another officer comes and they go ahead and they head into Scientology. Let's look at this.
Different sergeant than last time. Hello, sir. Doing all right. How are you? For two signs. This is what the call is for. 2 signs that we've taped up. We can easily take them down and put them on a thing, but we're trying to prove a point that it's not illegal, So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. If we have to take down the 2 puny little signs, I mean, we got plenty of space over on my car.
Always with a plan B, Nance, if you're still in the chat there, use the link and jump on in. You're going to be in the green room, but I just want to make sure you're in there and that I can see you for when I pull you up. Okay, so they're like, all right, so these signs, right? Do we need to take the signs down? We're just going to go ahead and put them someplace else.
Those are going to have to come down because it's a municipal code violation. So the thing is that if the sign doesn't come down, we have to issue an A-9 and then we'll take it down anyway. So that's the thing.
And it's a $500 to $1,000 fine, correct?
I think so. I'm not sure about the fee.
You want to fine me?
No, we can.
So, you know what? They're like, okay, fine. They end up taking the signs down and they're going to go ahead and put them someplace else. Well, so then Chadwick decides, you know what? This is a great time to go outside and get rid of that chalk tech with this broom that I have and a bucket of water. Let's do that, right? While a bunch of people are out there. Usually they wait till the protesters leave. Sometimes they've done it while they're still outside. Like in Austin, they used a power washer, probably because it personally belonged to somebody. But I think here in Chicago, maybe they don't have a power washer. And so they were using a broom and a bucket of water, or maybe they saw the videos from Austin and were like, you know what? Power washers are just too dangerous. So maybe we should not do that. Okay, so let's take a look. We're going to just kind of continue on with what happened after that. Let's see. This was so great.
Well, here, look at this. At least it's not a power washer like in Austin. Here we go, guys. Water check. While we're here, do not do this. This is not in front of your place. Get the hell inside. Yeah, leave us. Okay, yeah, fine. It's in front of Sciento. Don't do paisans, even though we know that you work with give them money. We're gonna put it right down, buddy. And you know what? When you put water down,
I know you can hear me call you a dickhead.
it's even darker when we put it down. When you put water down, so thank
That's true. When you put down the water and then you draw on it in chalk, it stands out even more. So they just really double down on the unnecessariness. Now the cops come out because they're in there all talking to Scientology, all looking at their videos. And they looked at some of the videos of the protesters, but you can see that the officers themselves are like, okay, so yeah, so apparently your boob touched him, like what did her boob like lunge at him, right? Are these objects that just can like have their own mind and go at it? When you're standing near somebody, especially if you are a female who is blessed in that way, I mean, they're out there, they get there, right? It's like there's not much of a buffer there sometimes. And I think, and I'm going to talk to Nancy about this, but like, it seems like, of course it was Chadwick. Of course it was him. So take a look at what happens here. Hold on a second. Yep, Chadwick. I bet that's who took my donuts. You're right about that. All right. Let's listen what the police are saying when they come out.
You're gonna be arrested for simple firing, have the proof, I think I've got a person.
My boob touched him, guys. My boob touched him. So that's why I'm getting arrested. They're taking me away.
Oh my God, because she has boobs. That's why she's getting arrested.
Why you made that contact?
I made it with my boob? He came into my boobs don't move on my own, sir. That's ridiculous. Do you understand what you're saying?
He said the part of your breast is the one touching. That's what he said. You are like this, you are like this. So that's what I'm saying. That's what you guys can't be arrested. We're going to arrest him for simple firing.
So amazingly, they follow through on this. And this is where it's like, there's just no common sense. And when you think about what the protesters all over the country, including in Chicago, have gone through, right? They have had their phones hit out of their hand. Think about what happened to Jay, Denver Scientology audit, when he was attacked by a staff member who literally tried to steal his phone, right? And she gets hauled off over this, and not just hauled off, but she had a broken shoulder. And so when her hands were put behind her back, it was quite painful. And we're going to look at the moment when she was arrested, and then we're going to talk to her about it. So take a look at this. You can see the pain in her face because that part was very painful. And I'm sure she'll fill us in more on that. But here's what happened.
Yeah, look at her boob touched a Scientologist, so she gets to go through this pain. Give me a freaking break.
What? Do you have business cards, please?
I do. She's wearing one of the SPTV Never End shirts. I do love that.
But you guys have cards.
I want to get the cuffs. I gotta get.
I will give you my name and my stuff.
Yeah, we need the badge. We need the badge numbers.
I mean, it's just ridiculous. So let's pull up Ms. Drew here. Let me get rid of this and let's chat about this. Okay. Hello.
Hello. How are you?
Good. How are you doing?
I'm doing okay. I'm still on zero sleep. I still think I have a lot of adrenaline rushing. It's my first time being arrested ever. So,
I can only imagine. So we saw what we saw in the videos. Can you kind of tell us in your words kind of what, what happened there?
so yeah, he came out after. So I'll rewind a little bit, a part that we didn't watch. When he came out and was addressing the signs, he actually said to the first set of officers that the chalk was okay to have on the ground. So we have that recorded. Later, he comes back and I think he's upset because we're not too happy with, or not too thrilled with the people that went into Scientology that were trying to talk to us. And they looked very nice and well dressed and such. They were saying they weren't Scientologists, and then they walk right into the building, take a look at us, and just smile and wave. And I flipped her off. I was like, "You were a Scientologist." And shortly after that is when Chadwick came out with the bucket of water and started dousing it on the ground. So that's when I moved in.
So what? Because I didn't see yet a video from a different angle that showed the actual content or contact, I should say.
So I have a video of my angle, and Corn Freak, no, not Corn Freak, Hellgear has an angle. And I think Juanita does as well, but I haven't seen Juanita's yet. So the two that we presented to the police officers, we presented to them after they were in the Scientology building. They came out, already prepped one of them with their gloves on to arrest me. We said, we want to show you our video. And we showed them one and then another. But their story changed. At first, it was, I hit him with my arm. After we showed our video, they went inside, showed our video, came out. I don't know why we couldn't see Scientology's video, but they got to see ours. They changed the story and said, oh, it was your boob that hit him, not your arm.
It just, so when the police came out, Scientology was pushing the narrative that your hand or your arm hit little Chadwick.
Right.
And then your video showed that obviously didn't happen. But Scientology thought, well, wait a minute. We see a little bit of contact there with the boob. And that was their angle?
Right. Exactly. It was so silly. And that's what we were trying to tell them. Like, you changed your story, and that, how does that work? Like, and how does my boob just go out? And because they said that I was approaching him, I was backing up actually. And I was standing on the chalk so that he would have to go around or something, but he pushed into me. But I didn't even feel any contact. I think he came right at me when the Scientology camera was right over, and he pulled one of those tricks that No Nora talks about, where at the Celebrity Center, they're trained to just do one of those jump back type things where, oh, you hit me. Like in a basketball game. And so, and he kind of smiled and pointed up at the camera, but I didn't get that on film.
He did not.
He did.
So he taught what a piece
me.
of work. So he, I mean, just really right there shows that he knows what he was doing, especially when he did the false. There's a name for that in sports, and I forget what it is. Somebody tell me in the chat or the comments if you're on the replay where you do that. But then he actually points up at the camera, kind of like an "I got you" kind of thing.
Yeah, we have video too, and he's like, I bet this is a better angle. He talked about the angle later when the cops came. That's right. But he did point and give me a little smile like that. It's weird.
And you didn't even feel it?
No, I didn't feel any touch whatsoever.
Yeah. That's interesting.
I was surprised when he said that, but then I was like, oh, he's going to try to pull one of these things.
Yeah. So the officers come out and they're letting you know that, hey, you're going to be arrested because your boob touched this person. And you had to have been thinking like, this cannot be real. This just like cannot, like, we're going to really waste resources in a city that the cops have work to do in Chicago. There's a lot going on, but let's tie up a few officers and resources in arresting a woman because her boob touched a person who probably has not touched a boob, and is probably why he was so shocked about it.
Exactly. If it did happen, I probably did him a favor. He didn't have to press charges.
Exactly. So they put you in the cuffs. Obviously that hurt because you had a previous injury.
Yes, I've had on both shoulders. It was pretty bad. Hurting prior to that. And it hurts when I walk around with the gimbal, but I have a adrenaline rush when I'm out there protesting. Afterwards, I pay for it for days, but it's worth it. I ice up and I'm okay. But yeah, those cuffs. I pull. Thank God I watched D.O.A. because I remembered he uses the double cuffs, and I was like, please put double cuffs on me.
Mm-hmm.
And my spouse said, there's a policy which I could sue them on because they didn't follow this policy. If you have a medical condition, you can have them cuffed in the front. They didn't know about this policy. We looked it up after. There is
Sure.
such policy. So
Yeah, because you made it known that you had a broken shoulder.
and she got on the phone with those officers too. And
Your spouse did?
yes,
Nice.
she is a police officer as well, but not with CPD because she was tired of the corruption. So, yeah.
So what happened at the station?
At the station, oh my God. They said it would originally, they said 3 to 4 hours that it would take. Then they said when I was there, oh, probably just another hour after I'd been there for an hour. And I was communicating with Corn Freak and Heli Gear and Juanita, who were very supportive of me, standing outside of the District 1 office. Juanita even lit up her bag that said, free Nancy Drew.
Yep. Yep. I put that on my thumbnail.
Oh, okay. And so, yeah. And then they were in communication with my spouse. They waited there. And it took longer than they said it was going to. I walked out of there at like 5 hours and close to 5.5 hours, like 5 hours and 15, 5 hours and 20 minutes, something like that.
Sure. So what happened while you were in the station?
I said that I wouldn't answer any questions because they were going to go ahead and arrest me.
Mhm.
So they just, it took forever for them to process me, is what they called it. Because whoops, I didn't mean to do that. Not going to throw balloons for that. And they said it takes longer for someone who doesn't have a record. I said, because they asked me if I'd ever had an arrest. And I was like, no, never. This is my first time. And so anyways, there was a shift change and I knew that was trouble already. And my spouse was constantly calling as well as the whole chat. I tell you, everyone in the chat was calling that number. But my spouse was able to get through and she knows the lingo and what's going on. And they kept saying the night watch officer has to come in and sign off before you can leave.
Mhm.
And she's like, I know that that's not the policy. You've already screwed up one policy with her with a medical condition. You want to do a second? You guys are in for a lawsuit.
Good.
We'll
Yeah.
see what happens.
So while you're in there, then did you have to be in a cell or were
Yes.
you on a bench out in the waiting area?
I first was still cuffed with my hands behind my back for a while. Then I said how uncomfortable I was. Then they cuffed me to a wall. Then that's when I was able to make some phone calls on their cell phones, and they started the processing process.
Mhm.
And then about an hour later, they put me in the hold in a cell, just concrete. And I tell you, the temperature in there was about 40 degrees, and I was wet from the Chadwick water on my feet because, you know, he was throwing the bucket full of water, and it did get me wet. I didn't feel it more so until I got into the freezing cold room.
Mm.
And also I'd been sweaty. It was an 80-degree day in Chicago, beautiful day. So, you know, with the
Yeah, you were wearing a t-shirt.
Yeah, I was wearing that t-shirt. So that's all I had. So I was able to get my arms inside the t-shirt and I was just huddled like this. And I was in there for 4.5 hours, about, I would say 5 hours. The first part was about the half hour. It was quicker, much quicker. I lost all sense of time. I had no clue. I came outside finally. And then I see Windy City Thayton there to greet me. He came down after he saw that I was incarcerated, and Corn Freak, Juanita, and Helliger was there as well. So very happy that they were there to greet me, and my live was still going. So I was saying hi to my folks in the chat. Great crew. I love them so much. Everyone in this community is so great. So yeah, it was very emotional. I'm very happy to be free. Yeah, after a while, I thought they might just keep me. Like, why are they taking so long? It shouldn't have
Yeah.
taken that long.
Were you concerned at all about that they weren't going to let you go right away?
I thought, yeah, maybe it's the weekend. Maybe they lied to me and it said it wasn't gonna be. Maybe there's not a female officer, so because maybe a female officer has to do something with me. Because
Yeah.
I would peek out the window, I would only see male officers, and I really needed to use the restroom, but I did not want to go near that thing. It wasn't the cleanest situation, I will tell you that. It stunk to high heaven. It was a horrible experience, honestly.
Mhm.
And I'm still, I mean, I'm tired, so tired, zero sleep. But yeah, hopefully after this I'll crash.
Yes, yes. I'm so sorry that you had to experience that. And and I'm pretty sure that's like in this round of Scientology protests that you're the first female protester to be arrested.
Yeah.
Since this kind of all started last fall with William Good and the whole with live streamers joining and just shining their cameras on Scientology. And it just but the way that it came about, it's just so, I mean, your chat is hilarious.
That was greatly in part to Hellgear and Corn Freak, who were holding my lives while I was incarcerated. Because yeah.
Yeah.
But,
That's
yeah,
amazing that they were able to do that.
Yes, I'm glad they kept it going, and they were able to see, too, as I came out, not just Wendy, but them too.
Good. And let's show people to your channel here.
Thank you.
Can you see it? If you see it here, and you pronounce it Nancy Drew, right?
Yeah.
Nancy.
Yeah, I go by both, but normally Nancy Drew. Yeah.
Yeah, normally Nancy Drew there. You can see her. You're going to want to follow her. What do you know what's next? I'm sure you're going to get a lot of advice on what to do and how to what your next step should be.
So yeah, I'm going to be talking to a lawyer later today. And I have a court date set for May 20th at 1 p.m. So Juanita said that she'd be there. And I think Kat Ocean also said that she was going to try to be there. So yeah, we'll see. I'm not in quite the position to get the lawyer, and I did get some funding last night, which was excellent while I was incarcerated. So if I need to raise more funding, I might be reaching out to try to do something.
Yeah, definitely. Do you have a PayPal or anything that's on your channel?
On my channel, I have a link tree, and it has all of the links for PayPal, Venmo, Cash App, Buy Me a Coffee, everything that there is that I know of, anyways.
Yeah. Okay.
I set
Good.
up this shortly before this happened, so I'm glad I did that. And I just set up memberships too. So a lot of people were gifting memberships as I did that.
That's awesome. That is awesome.
Before I did it.
Good. So you can get over to the channel and see all that. Corn Freak, thank you for being a member for 2 months. But she says, we will show up for Nancy if they actually take her to court. Of course. I love how you all work together.
It's possible that the DA will drop it, but the cops didn't think so. The cops thought that it would have to be to court and the judge would maybe dismiss it. But
wow. Did they give you any insight at all to what their personal thoughts or feelings were about this?
Their facial expressions at times was they were like, oh yeah, this is kind of ridiculous to me. That was what I interpreted. But yet verbally they were still siding with Scientology. So, and then the car ride there was kind of weird. They treated me a little bit differently when I wasn't around the cameras, saying that, oh, she says that she has injuries. She says that she I wasn't even there. And I'm like, says that I can, you want to call my doctor? Because they were still mad because my spouse was very angry at them, yelling at them because they couldn't cuff me in front. They could re-injure me.
Yeah.
That's the last thing I need. I've been off enough.
Yeah, and it's such a simple thing to do, to cuff you in the front. That's not hard. Where are you going to go?
What am I going to do? I was so friendly and nice to go into, the vehicle. I mean, it wasn't like fighting them or anything. So.
Wow. Well, keep us posted. People can now head over to your channel. We just pulled it up to follow you, subscribe, because you're out there all the time. And Chicago has such a great crew. You guys work together, you have each other's back. It's amazing what you do, the way you put up all of the signs. It's like this whole machine. I love just that's kind of some of my favorite parts is watching it all come, especially Juanita. Juanita's just like whipping out all this stuff. And
She's awesome. She's awesome. They all are. Yeah, it's a great group of friends that we have there. It's a good community.
Good. Well,
love
I
it.
hope that you get a ton of rest and relax and just enjoy your time with your spouse and then deal with this later. But I know that I can say that I appreciate, and all of us do, you getting out there and spreading the word and raising awareness about Scientology and the Scientology abuses, because it's you guys who are out there protesting and doing this and raising awareness. And then everybody here who's never been in Scientology, all those masses of people who are amplifying those actions, those voices, and those messages, and it makes such a difference. So thank you for that.
Thank you.
Liz Ferris, Liz Ferris says, booby tap the like and assault the subscribe. Oh, Liz Ferris, you're my spirit animal.
Excellent.
All right, Nance. Well, I know I will talk to you again soon. So I'm going to let you go now. Thank you so much for joining. And please do go get some sleep.
I will. I'm already in bed. So
Good. All right. We'll talk to you later.
take care.
How crazy is that, you guys? Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. And yep, Kid Freshie, Chicago Scientology done messed up. The breast is yet to come. Oh my goodness. It is just, I got to go back and read some of the comments that I missed while I was talking to her, because you guys are just killing me. It's absolutely hilarious. Yes, Windy City Thetan Watch, Chicago Strong. Windy City is another one who's out there creating great content, stopping Scientology recruiters dead in their tracks, and educating neighbors and people in the area about what Scientology really is. John Shamwowski, if her boob gets convicted, will it have to wear a tracking bracelet? Yep. Diana says, judge ruling, Nance boobs have to go to anger management courses. It's just, I just can't even believe it. I couldn't believe it when I heard about it. It actually, Danny texted me, Danny from Danny and Leah. And I immediately hopped on and was like, oh my goodness, I cannot believe that this is happening, and this is happening this way. So there are links down below to all the videos that we went through. Be sure, everybody who's here right now, just like Liz said, booby tap that like button and assault that subscribe. I'm going to be doing another video in less than an hour about 12 o'clock Central Time, my time. I'm going to have a special guest on whose story of resilience is absolutely amazing. His message of resilience, how he's sharing that message, I think is very inspiring, considering that he was born into this human trafficking cult and found his way out of it and didn't just survive, but actually thrived. And I love stories like that. And we're going to be sharing it, talking about it. And that's going to be at 12 p.m. Central Time. So in less than an hour, if you can't catch us live, please join on the replay later and let me know your thoughts all about it. But I'm really looking forward to that interview. Super excited about it. I agree with you, Wrath of Xenu. Wow, Scientology is truly getting desperate now. Their need to just have people arrested and detained and to weaponize the police is so much stronger that it overwhelms their logic. There's such a lack of logic. And let's think this through. What will the public relations disaster be like afterwards? Will it create a problem? They don't think that stuff through at all. And let's be honest, we're here for it, right? We know it's Scientology. We know it's attack, never defend. And they are doing exactly that. So we will be following Boobgate and keeping all up to it. We got to settle on one. We've got a lot of boobtology, Boobgate, all of it. I feel like we need a really good hashtag. I'm really feeling it. We're going to have to come up with one. Okay, you guys, I hope to see some of you at the 12 o'clock Central Time hour. Otherwise, everybody, please get out there and have the most amazing cult-free day.